Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network. Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 63, Asterios Polyp by David Mazzucchelli.
Those are hard words to say.
Yes, they are. This one's easy, though. My name's Eric.
And I'm Jason.
Welcome to my house.
Thank you. Thanks for having me in.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I've been here before. I like it. It's nice.
All right.
It's comfy. I like the lighting.
You're allowed back, then.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
I do feel really comfy here.
Good. I'm glad.
Although I think, sadly, the most comfortable place I've ever been, and this isn't some sexual joke about coming down the road,
coming.
My job, my work.
Yeah.
That place, I think I'm more comfortable there than any place I've ever lived.
Well, probably because you've worked there longer than any place you've ever lived.
That's true. That's true. I was thinking this the other day. I think I've spent more time within those four walls than any other structure on the planet, which is bizarre.
Yeah. Some might say that is stunted development.
Oh, I would agree.
But I say you go with what you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I know...
You're rocking that life.
And I know puerile dorky shit. And that's gonna be me forever.
And that is okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Just, no. We'll talk about that later.
Oh.
Something that I'm gonna say, but I'm not gonna say it now.
Oh, you've got me intrigued.
Ooh, all this build up and nothing's gonna come from it.
Okay.
Probably even forget to mention it by the time we get to that point.
Well, yeah. Okay, let's do that.
But I won't.
How do you know?
Because I,
Are you psychic like a Mexican cook?
Wish I was, but no. Like, but when we do shows, I tend to plan them out in my head all the way through.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've never tried.
Oh yeah. I think about the things that I'm going to say and how you're going to respond. You usually don't respond in the way that I want you to.
Awesome. I'm a freewheeling. I'm the X Factor. I don't mean the Peter David comic. I mean, just out of control. I'm a mystery.
You mean the Dan Aykroyd Supernatural show?
There's a Dan Aykroyd show.
It's Sci Factor.
Oh, Sci Factor.
X Factor is the American Idol-esque reality show.
Really?
Yes.
You're right. I am like a 4-year-old or like an alien that you're introducing to the culture week by week. I swear, every time we hang out, you tell me about like some either like some really big cultural phenomenon or like some news event or something that I had no idea existed. I'm in the dark.
I would say for about 78% of every little bit of pop culture trivia that I impart to you, you're better off not knowing about it.
Yeah, okay.
You are better off.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times I feel like we have 2 TVs in our house, but they only play DVDs and videotapes. Neither one of them. We don't have antennas or the box, so we don't have TV access. So, yeah, I don't even watch the news unless I get it from Yahoo or word of mouth or whatnot. So I feel kind of disconnected sometimes.
You should at least read a newspaper.
Well, I do look at the newspaper occasionally. We only get them on Sundays, though. So once
that's
a week.
weekly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Sunday is weekly.
It's very true. Well, I read in the last Sunday paper, did you know Russia...
That was last week.
Moscow was below zero for an entire week.
I did not know that.
That's chilly.
Yeah, that is. But they are on the border of hell, so, that works.
Wow, are they really?
I think there is a hole somewhere in Siberia that never ends.
Really?
And that people have dropped, recording devices down in there and heard the sounds of screaming.
That's amazing. Is that from a Hellboy comic, or is that true?
I don't know if it's true, but I heard it on Coast to Coast AM.
Oh, then it's true. They don't speak of lies. George and his sidekicks, 100% true.
True to them.
Yeah. True to all. I love that show. I haven't listened to it since the last time we did, a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Man, good stuff.
Yeah. Although usually, when we wind up listening to it, it's not George or Art.
Yeah.
It's some other guy. I don't care about that other guy.
Yeah. Who was Art Bell?
Art Bell.
And George...
Nori.
George, what was his name?
Nori.
I can't even remember that.
Nori.
Last name.
I just said it.
I wish we could think of it. If anyone out there knows his last name,
George Nori.
write it in.
Nori.
Send it on a postcard.
Nori.
We've been drinking, by the way, just so you know, for the first show in a while.
Yeah, this is a tradition that we have slacked off on.
It's in our tagline.
I know.
What's wrong with us?
Yeah, we need to be drunk more.
Mm-hmm. Right now? Let's do it.
Well, right now I could. I'm not really feeling the effects of the half a bottle of bourbon that I just drank.
Right.
It could be too much food. Not sure.
We did have some
Absorbing.
lovely Mexicano food.
Yes. Fucking... I have went to Wendy's and placed an order and waited longer
Agreed.
than when we got our food today.
And this is a sit-down restaurant.
Yes.
It's a really nice place.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we ordered, and then I think we said something like, I saw some Rambo tapes at a thrift store.
Right.
And then the plates hit the table.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
And we were not drinking at that point.
Yeah.
Fully sober.
Oh, yeah. Completely.
Aware of our surroundings.
That was weird. It was a little surreal. Psychic Mexican cooks, as if that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
We were visited by the ghost of mayors past.
We possibly had dinner with someone who may or may not have been our mayor. Former mayor.
Oh, yeah. It was her.
Was it really?
Mayor Ryan McGlynn.
Okay.
Former Mayor Ryan McGlynn.
It was just a trollish-looking woman with a weird hat and weird glasses.
That's her.
Okay.
That's all I needed to verify her identity. I don't know why I was paying attention. I was like, what's she ordering? I was trying to listen. What do former mayors eat? Maybe I should eat that.
Well, if it's her, she probably eats paper and glue.
Well, what do you mean?
She's retarded. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I dislike her. I'm glad she is out of office.
Well, yeah, our new mayor is like a Warcraft model building nerd.
That's what I hear.
It's pretty awesome.
Can't really say anything. I haven't seen him on TV doing anything bizarrely stupid yet.
I haven't either. I have heard him sort of mention in the paper. I was reading in the paper that he wants to travel out of state and try to pull businesses into Dayton, but it seems like he might be legitimate, but he might just be wanting to get some free travel expense.
Right.
So I'm not sure. I don't know if I believe him or not. But he's talking about instead of trying to just start some business here, he wants to go around out of state and try to convince people to come here to open their businesses.
But then those states will lose their businesses.
I know, he's an asshole. He's trying to ruin the country.
Fuck that guy. Fuck that fucking gamer geek.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems okay.
He will not be okay until he has dinner with us at a Mexican restaurant.
Right.
Where we get served faster than a McDonald's.
It's true. That was bizarre. That was really weird. But
to be fair, it did take 30 minutes for the guy to actually take our order.
Maybe he was in the back doing a seance, figuring out He was like systematically defining what we were going to order based on our appearance.
So are you saying that the reason I changed my mind from the grande burrito?
Oh my god!
Is because he used witchcraft?
Yeah,
and made me change my order.
I do think so. It's been witchcraft abound this week. I told you about my pink eye incident.
Oh yes, yeah.
My girlfriend Kathleen, one of her best friends. Had pink eye, and like the moment that it was over, like where her eye stopped seeping, she calls and says, "Hey, I'm gonna come over. My pink eye's better." And my girlfriend's like, "No, I don't think so. That's not a good idea." and so her friend gets a little pissed and hangs up on her basically, and then doesn't call back or whatever. So I'm thinking, well, that sucks, but she'll get over it. And then the very next day, I'm at Mavericks, and halfway through the day, my eye starts itching. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm like rubbing my eye, and I'm trading magic cards with a guy. And then Jeremy, my coworker, walks up and he's like, what is wrong with your eye? And I was like, I don't know, it feels a little puffy. And he goes, yeah, go take a look at it. And I walk into the back room, into the bathroom, and I look in the mirror, and my eye is like puffy. It's huge underneath my eye. There's like this packet under my eye, and it's all red and bloodshot. And I was like, holy shit, her friend's a witch. She gave me pink eye, so now, I will be the one going over to Kathleen's house giving her pink eye. And now the whole Mexican witchcraft thing, what is this, Halloween? It's weird. It's craziness.
Very crazy. I'm sorry I got distracted by one of my screensaver. It was a cover to Guardians of the Galaxy where
was Rocket Raccoon on it?
No, but Captain Marvel was fighting the new Quasar, and she was down on her knees, and there was a coloring instance and a lens flare right where her crotch was.
Huh. As if
she had a glowing crotch that was shining across the cover.
Well, it's symbolic. I like that Bruce Timm Women of Marvel thing that was going on there too. He's great.
Yeah, but there are no glowing crotches, so. Yeah.
Well, mine was glowing when I saw Sue Storm in his tight pants.
So you were a big fan of the '90s Fantastic Four, where she was wearing the cutout 4 on her cleavage area.
Not at all. She's a classy dame, Sue Storm, and that has no business being. Oh, it's like Jessica Alba. I've never seen the Fantastic Four movies just because when I see Jessica Alba as a Sue Storm, I'm like, really?
Well, she's awful.
Yeah.
Not just as an actress, but as a human being, she is awful.
I don't know anything about her.
I don't know anything about her either, other than
she's awful.
She's awful, and she looks like something out of like some sort of Japanese ghost story, where she just has these dead, creepy eyes that have no life or soul behind them.
That is creepy.
She is awful on every imaginable level.
Wow.
I hate her. And those movies are actually not as bad as you might think they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're not.
I've heard mixed.
Good.
I've heard mixed reviews.
They are not good.
They look bad. They don't look like what I like about the Fantastic Four.
They are not. I will tell you that much. Yeah. They are not at all.
And I always picture Sue Storm as more of a motherly character, maybe a bit older, like late 30s, early 40s.
A MILF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A MILF, sir.
Yes. Not Jessica Alba.
Yeah, not
a soulless, hot.
Yeah.
Using very exaggerated quotation marks.
You did the air quotes for those at home.
Because I do not find her attractive at all, and I believe that she is some sort of succubi.
Maybe she crawled out of the crevice in the Moscow.
Could be.
Could very well
be.
Through some sort of Mexican witchcraft.
Yes.
Wow.
It's inhabited the body of a Mexican.
This is coming together.
And then she dyed her hair blonde and was in 4 comic book movies.
Sin City,
2 Fantastic Fours.
Mm-hmm.
And James Cameron's Dark Angel.
Oh, she's
a precursor, of course, to Avatar.
Oh, really?
I don't know because I will never fucking see Avatar.
Oh, it was good.
Nope, never gonna see it. Never gonna see it. Never gonna see it.
I realize, because you're online a lot more than me, that you probably have been inundated with overhype for it.
Yeah, but even from the get-go, from trailer 1, I said I don't want to see that. And everything I've seen from that point, like there was maybe like a period of 3 days where I was like, well, maybe I will go see it.
Right.
But from otherwise, it was just like, no, I don't ever want to see it.
Well, I only saw one trailer, and I only saw it once because I sort of avoided trailers after that. And I swear that trailer did not really make me want to see it, but I knew inside that I wanted to see it because I love James Cameron. And
I like Terminator.
Yeah, it's a good film.
I like Terminator 2.
That's a great film.
I like True Lies.
The Abyss.
I've never seen The Abyss.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm going to change my pick again. But no, I liked it a lot better than I expected to. But luckily I saw it early enough that I hadn't heard a single review of it. I don't know, maybe I did hear literally a single review of it. But
are you kidding me? You fucking work at a comic book store.
I know, weird. Well, I saw it on Sunday, and I don't think I worked that Friday night or something, and then I worked Saturday. But I think one guy came in and was like, "It was awesome," and then that was it. I saw it Sunday. Good movie.
I don't care. I'm never gonna see it.
How would I picked it? Vita. Would you really?
Yeah.
It's not a musical.
I don't care.
If it was a musical.
There are certain movies that I have already decided that I will never watch.
Really?
Avatar is going to be one of them.
Okay.
That is now on the list.
What are a couple others? Not musicals.
Armageddon.
Okay, I wouldn't pick that.
Anything that starts with an A, really.
Okay.
No.
Alice's Restaurant.
Well, I won't see that one, ever.
Apple Dumpling Gang.
Nope.
The Applegates.
Although I do love Don Knotts.
And a Tim Conway.
Yeah. I love a Tim Conway.
Oh, he's good.
But nope. Starts with an A. Can't do it.
Avalon, Always, John Goodman.
Nope.
It's out. Okay. All right. Arachnophobia, also John Goodman.
Yeah, actually, I have seen that one.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
It starts with an A, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. Chink in your armor. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
A hole in your theory.
I'm only human, Jason.
My cousin, Denny Presnell, from Winchester, Kentucky.
Nope.
He recorded a song called I'm Only Human in the 60s and released a 45 of it. And it's awesome. Look him up.
Was it covered by the Human League later?
I don't think so.
Or maybe I'm not thinking of the right band.
Maybe you're thinking of the Justice League.
I don't know. There was a band in the 80s that did a song called I'm Only Human.
Oh, no, that was a different tune.
That is me singing, folks.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Gutter Trash is now a musical.
I apologize.
Would you veto us if we became a musical?
Yes. I'd veto us anyway.
Yeah, if I picked listening to an episode as a review.
I would listen to the Joe episode.
Oh.
I'd listen to the Pat episode.
Yeah.
I'd listen to the episode that nobody else can listen to.
Oh.
And I'd listen to that episode that was awesome that I deleted.
Yeah, that one was the best. But we're not talking about those episodes.
No, we're not. We're talking about this episode. What's going on right now?
We're in the now.
In the now.
Well, actually, by the time you're listening to this,
it'll
in the
be
past.
In the then.
Yeah.
But right now, for us, it's in the now.
That's right. And it's all about us, really.
Yeah. And in the future, it'll be in the then.
Wow. Like in Future World.
Right. With Gwyneth Paltrow's mother.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I believe that's who that was.
Huh.
And maybe a Peter Fonda. Couldn't tell the hair and the glasses that confused me.
I thought it was Alan Alda with a wig.
No, Alan Alda always looks like Alan Alda.
Yeah.
He's never not looked like Alan Alda.
Yeah, he's sort of perennial in that sense.
Yeah. But hey, Alan Alda might play a good Asterios Polyp if they ever made a movie about it.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. The chin?
Yeah.
The hair?
Yeah. Wow. He's a little older.
But you wouldn't see that film because
it'd be a musical.
Starts with an A.
Oh, it starts with an A.
That's right. It's out on both accounts.
Yeah. I shouldn't have even read it, really. I guess I can read books with an A.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This joke is awful.
Yeah. But at least we're still doing it.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta.
That's what counts.
Yeah, you gotta admire the commitment. We're like, oh, this is terrible. Let's go with it. They'll hate it. Let them hate it some more. But yeah, Asterios Polyp. We hope we are pronouncing that correctly.
I'm pretty sure we are.
It sounds right.
Well, definitely we're pronouncing polyp right.
Yeah,
Because that's a thing.
it is.
It might be a tumor, it might not be. If it's not, it's a polyp.
That's right.
It's benign.
Benign.
Asterios polyp, however, is not quite so benign.
It is not.
I meant the character.
Oh, yes. It's
So you hated the book, is what you're telling me.
no, benign means like
It's not fatal.
yeah.
It's good, basically.
You're right.
Well, I mean, like if I say that you're a benign human being, that means you're a good human being.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
If you're a benign tumor, that just means you won't kill me.
I thought it meant like it wasn't,
If you're talking about tumors.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it meant it wasn't effectual. Like I thought in people it would be bad, and tumors it would be good. I don't know.
No, tumors it just means that it won't kill you.
Okay.
And in people it means that they're good people.
Okay. Well, yeah, benign.
Benevolent.
Benign's good. Benevolent's good.
Benevolent.
Those are good words. Good Scrabble words too.
That they are.
If you can kick off a benevolent, you're probably gonna win.
Yeah. We should play Scrabble again at some point.
Okay. Yeah. We should do it on the show.
No, that would be awful.
Yeah, it would be. Okay. It wouldn't be as bad as this, though. Okay, let's...
We're doing all right.
We're doing all right. I feel good.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Yeah.
I've switched up my bourbon to a Sierra Mist Cranberry Splash. Probably the last in the Dayton area.
Oh, yeah. Who was it? Was it Brian John that said you should go to Odd Lots?
Yeah. And then it was your girlfriend who said that she would go and buy me some.
In exchange for DVDs.
For some DVDs.
Yeah. She's good. She's good people.
Anywho, so you hated this book, Asterios Polyp by David Mazzucchelli.
It's probably my least favorite David Mazzucchelli graphic novel I've ever read.
Really?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, it's his first.
It is. Yeah. And it's awesome.
I have to tell you, I was a little disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was no blind lawyers in it fighting crime.
Right.
Nobody in red spandex. I was just
no commissioners writing journals.
No millionaire playboys also writing journals.
No.
Simultaneously as those commissioners.
Wow, that's a lot of journals.
That is a lot of journals. What the fuck happened, David Mazzucchelli?
Where did you veer off?
Right, you disappear for fucking 20 years. And I'm expecting, he's building it up. He's gonna bring us the greatest fucking Batman Daredevil crossover ever.
Yeah.
And he brings us the story about an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Lame indeed.
And spoiler, there is no spandex in this book.
No.
And it's like 200 some pages.
It's like 344 pages.
Yeah. What happened?
I know. Holy Christ, David Mazzucchelli.
Is it hard to draw spandex these days?
I guess so.
What is wrong?
Well, I mean, you look at like your superstar artists like a Greg Land or a Salvador LaRocca, and
they're still rocking the spandex.
They're still rocking the spandex, but they're getting a lot more complicated. You throw in like a Brian Hitch. Oh yeah, there's just all that unnecessary detail in the spandex.
Kevlar and snaps and
pockets, and seams and pockets, and like a solid old school artist like David Mazzucchelli, he probably looks at that and gets intimidated.
So he's like, I'm done.
He's done.
I'm moving on.
He's moving on and disappointing his fan base.
He's like,
let me tell you.
I'm going to write stories about real people that you can relate to that have problems and maybe some answers. Who needs it? Who needs it?
I don't. I do not.
There was hardly a fight scene. There was a fight scene in a bar.
Yeah.
But it only lasted like one panel, and it was pretty much off panel.
Yeah.
It pissed me the fuck off.
Awful. Just awful bullshit. David Mazzucchelli, you should be ashamed of yourself. Suck a muffler.
Suck a muffin.
Because I rip off Jimmy Pardo wherever I can.
I've never heard him say suck a muffin.
Oh, yeah, he says a lot.
Okay. No, I love this book.
As did I.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd say, and okay, I want to say this, though. I feel like I really wish I would have read this 4 or 5 times before we did the show.
Me as well.
Because there is so much. I mean, you can stick a ruler into this book and it'll disappear because it is that deep.
Dense.
Yeah.
It is a mind filler.
Yeah.
There's so much going on in a book that I literally forgot what had happened 20 pages earlier.
Right.
Like, I started reading the book and, like I stopped at one point, and then when I picked it back up, completely forgot what had happened.
Right. Yeah, you told me that the other day when I called. I was like, so, how far are you? And you're like, well, I'm like, excuse me, I think you said you were like almost halfway through, but you couldn't remember anything you've read up to that point. And I was like, oh no. That means he either hates it or, it's just become a chore and he's not interested. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it centers around one character, but it's this guy's life story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's pretty awesome.
Yes, it is.
I could easily see this, like I said, I want to read it a couple more times because I'm still collating, as they say. And I think it's going to be in my top 5 favorite graphic novels ever once it solidifies in my brain.
Right.
Unless I read it upon the second read, I'm like, oh, what? That's retarded. But I don't think that's
going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I wish I owned it.
Well, I reordered it at the Mavericks Cards and Comics. Maybe it'll come back in.
Where's that at? Mavericks
Cards and Comics, located at 2312 East Dorothy Lane in the Wood Lane Plaza at the corner of Woodman and Dorothy Lane. Still, we haven't moved. And where graphic novels such as Asterios Polyp are 25% off all the time.
But yeah, I love it when you do that. Anyway,
unfortunately, it hasn't come back in.
And I believe it's sold out.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
okay.
I think they're doing a second printing.
Oh,
the
cool.
This version is sold out.
Yeah,
and I wish I had. Wish I had bought it when it came out. I'd also asked for it as a birthday present. I wish I would have gotten it for a birthday present.
Well, that's exciting that it's selling that well.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good thing. Because
getting rave reviews across the internet sphere.
We've reordered it several times. I think we've sold. Granted, we've sold 3 or 4 copies, but for a graphic novel that's not DC or Marvel, that's really good for us.
And a $30 one at that. Yeah. That's not only that's just not DC or Marvel, but also not superhero related at all,
right?
Or not any kind of dork genre,
right? Because we were kidding a while ago about the whole spandex thing because we're funny guys. We
try to be.
We like to horse around,
right?
We know our way around a horse, but the majority of our customers
do not.
They fear anything different. They don't just. It's not like they're like, that doesn't look good. They're like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Incognito. It sounds cool and it's by Ed Brubaker, but I don't know. I don't know, man. They're afraid.
Yeah. And Incognito is probably closer to what they love about Ed Brubaker's work than Asterios Polyp is to David Mazzucchelli's former work.
Oh yeah. This is nothing against Year One or his Daredevil stuff, because I think they're amazing.
Yeah.
But this is
Frank Miller when he was good and sane,
and that was the key part. The sane. But yeah, this is he changed in this. He went on his own and somehow culled from within himself something that you can't see in his earlier work. It's a whole different style, and he's writing this too.
Yeah.
Designed the jacket, he designed the cover. He went all out.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's what an accomplishment is pretty much all I have to say. It's fucking amazing, just from the word go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, we talked a couple minutes ago about, like, overhype and, everything like that, like, Avatar and
right.
all that. And, like, if you read reviews online for Asterios Polyp, you'd almost get, like, the same sensation. Like, there are reviews basically saying, this guy has reinvented the graphic novel,
right.
From scratch, and, everybody should just stop making comics because David Mazzucchelli did the perfect one.
Right.
Yeah. That can be a little much.
Yeah.
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 But it's fucking close.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of a couple different artists quite a bit. Like, I don't know that he... I'm sure he's aware of both of these guys, but I don't know if he's influenced by either. But the design and like delivery and like the way the characters, like all their dialogue, every character basically has a different font that they speak in,
right.
But it's not like some cumbersome mess where you're like, oh god, it's just hurting my eyes. It's not like that at all somehow. That reminds me a lot of the Scott McCloud books, like the Understanding Comics, just like the way it's like real light and airy, but there's just so much information being imparted,
right.
And like so many ideas being tossed around and like debated on within this book. But it also reminds me a ton of Chris Ware, like just like the panel layouts and the like intricate nature and how like the pages are so balanced. Like there was one, I forget where it was, but there's some 2-page spread in there where like on the left-hand page has 11 panels and the right-hand page has 3, and it's like completely balanced. You can't even tell that there's a different number of panels. Right. I mean, that's insane.
Well, that also fits in with like the themes of the actual story, which Asterios Polyp is an architect who's never had anything built, but his whole theory about architecture, and which informs his whole worldview on life, is that everything needs to be balanced.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's like a major thing just throughout the book from like cover to cover.
Oh, yeah, because it's, yeah, like even the story idea is like, he's an identical twin.
Right.
His brother was stillborn.
Yeah. Who narrates the book.
Yeah, his stillborn brother narrates the book. And it's also about the balance between his past life and his present life,
right.
The past and the future in general, because there's a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah.
Balance between him and his wife, and I love how like he draws her real organically and him real like
wispy, and he's very angular.
Right.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's
one of the I think more amazing things is. Like he early on in the book, he talks about people with different worldviews, and he demonstrates that by drawing them in like vastly different styles.
Right.
And like some are just like shapes, and some are just symbols, and some are just like really sketchy lines. And like Asterios is presented as like cylindrical. Line drawings.
Right.
And his wife is presented as like this really detailed, sketchy, pencils, what am I trying to say?
Like almost not quite abstract, but just like very free flowing.
Right. And throughout the book, like they fall in love and they get married, and like their worldviews sort of become, regular comic book art, but then they have an argument, and they start fading into like those separate illustration styles.
That is so awesome.
It is great.
And he does a lot of tricks like that. Like there's a scene where she says something to him, and there's 3 panels in a row where he's trying to think of what to say, and the first 2 like have X's thrown because he decided not to say them, and then there's a lot of like designy techniques in this that are that it seems like it would like slow down the story or like just clog it up somehow, but it is so smooth and flowing. It's like it's like I compared it to Chris Ware before. sometimes Chris Ware's books are a little, like, you open them up, and they're a little intimidating because they're, like, every panel is butted up against each other, and it's, like, full, and it could take you an hour to read a page on some of his books. But this book seems to, like, have a lot of the same, like,
ideas.
Like, a lot of the same design elements and ideas, and as a Chris Ware comic, but it's a lot more, like, open and, airy.
Right.
Because I've seen people rip off Chris Ware before. Right. I don't know the guy's name, but there's a guy that does a book called Sublife that...
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I really like that book, but it's just like, okay, it's Chris Ware Jr.
Right.
But this, to me, is like, he's like, I'm going to do the same thing Chris Ware does, only I'm going to tweak it a little bit and make it my own. And oh, man, it's awesome.
Well, I'm sure that, I don't know. I doubt that he maybe... Well, what am I... I'm sure that he is aware of Chris Ware,
right?
But I don't think that when he started doing this, he set out to be,
No, I didn't mean that.
No, I know you didn't. But I don't think that Chris Ware entered his mind when he started doing this.
Subconsciously, maybe
subconsciously, but
because a lot of the page layouts remind me a ton of Chris Ware,
right?
But yeah, I don't think it's like he was like, how can I improve on Chris Ware? But but it seems like something that just has filtered in to his style. But yeah, it's so different. It's different from anything I've ever read. Oh, I like the color schemes. Like, there's not a lot of colors in the book. I mean, it's in color, but
it's monochrome.
Like the present tense is mostly like yellow and purple, and the past is mostly red and blue.
Right.
All the flashbacks, red and blue.
Yeah.
And
dream sequences are done in, like, different style.
Yeah.
Some of the weird, more fantastical elements, like when we get a page or two of the narrator, the dead brother, just talking. It's filled with, like, geometrical shapes and designs, and just so good.
Yeah. I don't really want to. I mean, there's a few things about the story that I think are great, but I really don't want to spoil anything because it's like this guy's life story.
Yeah. I will say, like, got a couple things to say. I'll try not to spoil.
Spoil away.
No. Because we may have a reader or a listener, or reader, as my dad might say.
Oh, yeah.
That has not read this yet, so they should.
Yeah. Anyone that's interested in comics should read this.
Yeah. Fuck.
Story elements.
Yeah. Completely lost my fucking train of thought.
Damn it, that was my fault too.
No, it's not.
Oh, I love. There's one of my favorite scenes in the book is where in the present tense, Asterios Polyp's sitting on his bed about to clip his toenails.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then he, like, looks up and looks at the doorway because he thinks, like, for some reason he remembers clipping his nails and looking up at the doorway. And then the next page you flip over and it's the exact same pose. It's as if it was light boxed or traced on the same exact spot on the page. He's sitting on the bed clipping his toenails, in the past when his wife's in the next room.
Right.
And then there's just like this 5 or 6 page montage of her just doing the most mundane, natural things that things that you would watch your significant other do when they don't even know you're watching. And I don't mean like peeing and showering.
Although there is that.
But like just very human, natural things. Yeah. Like she's like combing her hair, or she's peeing. I mean, it's not sexy. It's just like
that's just what she's doing, and he just happens to be around.
It's such an amazing
sequence.
It's like a silent montage, but it really fleshes out their relationship in a way that I couldn't imagine, paragraph after paragraph of description by Alan Moore doing.
Right.
It's so good. There's like 1,005 great things about this book, and I want to read it 4 more times.
Yeah. Well, that sequence in particular is something that I don't think, like you said, it's not anything that, 1,000 words of description, whatever, be able to successfully pull off. I don't think that can be pulled off in any other form than just comic books.
Right.
It is just without any dialogue whatsoever, and just 30 panels per page for like 5 pages. Like, we know this woman.
Oh yeah.
And
can you imagine that like in a film? Because it would just be like cut after cut, and it would be like an assault, a visual assault. Yeah. But in this comic, you can like
you can take your time.
You can make like a figure eight with your eyes and like just look all over the page, and you see her clipping her nails or like eating a cookie or whatever, and it's wow.
Well, not only that, but like like in a movie, it would be set to like a Spin Doctor song, Smash Mouth or something like that.
That would be bad. And like I realize we're starting to sound like we're just sucking David Mazzucchelli's penis here, but
it truly is. Worth sucking.
Yeah. His penis right now. His penis is about as appetizing as any other penis. He did a good job. He did
a great job.
Go away for 10 more years, Dave. It's cool.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll be fine. Yeah. If you bring something else like this to the table.
Speaking of cinema,
that's not what I thought you were about to say.
All right.
Speaking of,
I could have gone that way, but I won't.
Okay.
Some of the storyline reminded me a little bit of the movie Magnolia.
Okay.
Just sort of like the character Asterios sort of has this theory about the old Greek gods.
Right.
Like he himself is Greek, so he's got a lot of like he sort of almost plays with the idea of still worshiping the Greek gods of his ancestors,
right? And
how they just sort of like in those days, everyone just assumed that the Greek gods were just fucking with people to explain life,
right?
And so he just sort of has that worldview that they're still fucking with people, and that way he can just sort of give up responsibility for the shit that he does.
Yeah.
And just like certain things happen in the story that I'm not going to give away, but I'm going to give away one of them later. But yeah, like just shit happens to him that he can just write off as just like, oh well, and just do some more bullshit.
Right.
And then it all comes back around at the end where just something happens.
Right.
And it's just kind of like, these things happen,
Oh, and it's so cool because by the time I got to the end of the book, I didn't even realize, because something does happen at the very end.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there is a
foreshadowing?
A foreshadowing of it in the diner, and I was like, wow. I looked back just a few minutes ago and looked at it again, and I was like, wow, I'd forgot all about that.
As did I.
Yeah.
Again, before we did the show, we both took like 20 minutes to flip through the book. Even though I just finished reading it today, I had to flip through it again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot going on in here.
Yeah. But yeah, I had completely forgotten about that scene. The fight scene that we mentioned earlier, that is also comes full circle from an earlier scene.
Right, like a recurring character.
I completely fucking forgot about that character.
Okay.
And fucking nobody shows back up again. And then, when you get to that scene, it's just like...
You're like, that's fucked up. He was helping that guy earlier.
Well, no, because I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
But then, flipping through it again, I was like, oh, okay. And then I said, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
He was helping that guy earlier.
And I love how the very beginning of the book, the thing that sets in motion his... his searching for his wife again, his ex-wife or whatever.
Well, just trying to become a better person in general. Yeah,
the beginning is like an act of God, basically. Sets in motion, and then the end of it
is another act of God.
Yeah, man.
The thing that I was going to mention about the beginning is something negative.
Oh.
So that we're not just totally sucking off David Mazzucchelli.
Yeah.
At the beginning, his apartment gets hit by lightning, and the building catches fire. He grabs 3 things from his apartment, which is sort of like that old thing, you have your house catches on fire, you take 3 things with you. What do you take?
Yeah.
And he takes like the 3 most important things to him at that point in time, which I think is also awesome.
Yeah.
But he's watching his building burns down. His narrator brother is narrating. And,
as narrators sometimes do.
As they do. But then he, like before he starts his journey, he says, "Not again?"
Yeah, yeah.
That's never touched upon again.
He was like standing out in the rain, and he was like, "Not again."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was in reference to.
And like I kept kind of waiting throughout the whole book that like that was going to get touched on. Did like something else happen to like his apartment or something? But
I was thinking, what I thought it meant was because he had that catalog of videotapes of every day of his life. He never watched them,
right?
But he said he needed them because it felt like, he had another self somewhere else,
right?
To fill in the void that he always felt from his twin brother being dead,
right?
And I thought maybe it was supposed to be like he's losing his twin again.
Oh, okay.
I thought that's what he meant.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
That theory works for me.
Cool. All right.
And it just proves that I'm an idiot.
Well, I just thought of that just now. So
okay.
Don't feel bad. This is my single favorite page in the book. I would love to own this. It's a very... this page is a very, like, Chris Ware, or I'm going to mess up this name, Paul Hornsheimer? Hornsheimer. It's about 20, 30 pages in, but there's this page... he walks through a bus station, and there's just a lady vomiting on herself. Like a very nice grandma-looking lady, not disheveled, not like homeless, just a lady vomits on herself, and he goes over to help her, and she motions for him to walk away. And I'm not sure exactly what that's supposed to mean, but I love it. I would love to have that page on my wall.
Well, you are a disturbed individual.
It's a nice page. It's a very nice page. It's well drawn.
All right.
Storytelling's great. There's so many great characters in this. Ursula Major and
Stiffy Major or Stiff Major.
And Spotty and Ilium. What's that little...
Willie Ilium.
Willie Ilium, yeah. My God, do yourself a favor and buy this book.
Seriously. The other thing I wanted to mention before we go ahead and take our break, we're running a little bit long.
Oh, yes.
This book is almost the exact opposite of a movie that I watched yesterday.
Really?
Yes. And it's odd that I watched this movie yesterday. I was just killing time when I probably should have been reading this book.
You bastard. Well, at least you finished it.
Yeah, I did.
Pardon me. Sorry, Joe.
The book, the movie that I watched yesterday was called Big Fan with Patton Oswalt.
Okay, yeah.
Both are basically about gigantic assholes who something traumatic happens to them and they have to they come to a crossroads and have to make a decision about where their life is going.
Right.
And in this book, even though it takes a while to get there, we see that Asterios is desperately trying to make his life better. He's trying to be more fulfilled. He's trying to be less of an asshole.
Yeah.
Because that is what basically has ruined his life, is that he's a cock.
Yeah.
Big Fan, Patton Oswalt plays an asshole who has something traumatic to him, and he decides to become a bigger asshole, and his life doesn't change.
Wow, that is kind of strange.
And the movie is fucking pointless.
Yeah.
Because nothing happens to him. He learns no lesson. And at the end.
See, yeah, like, like this doesn't really have a Hollywood in it, but it does sort of have like that uplifting force all, like throughout it. And I think a lot of people, especially when they're like, I want to do something awesome, they're like afraid to do something positive.
Right.
Like they want to be edgy and they want to be dark and they want to be misunderstood.
Right.
It's like, you can actually make people feel good sometimes and still make something cool.
Right.
You don't, yeah.
And like it's not. Asterios doesn't really even go out of his way to try to be, a more positive, inspiring person. It just, like, the little things that he does along the way inspire others to become better, and he himself becomes better because of that.
Yeah, he's not on a soapbox. He's just,
right. He's still the same guy that he is.
Yeah.
He's just sort of...
He's just trying a little harder.
Right. And, like, you know, the most positive things that he does is, like, he
gives a watch to the little boy.
He gives a watch to the little boy. Even, like, he grabs 3 things from his apartment when it burns down. He grabs his watch, he grabs a pocket knife, and he grabs his lighter. And he winds up giving away the lighter, and he winds up giving away the watch. And then while he's in this little town, he for the first time in his life, he actually builds something. Like, he's been an architect his entire life.
Right. Yeah,
and he's never built anything.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. And so he's, like, done this, like, amazingly positive thing. And, like, even, like, the lighter thing was positive, but it comes back and bites him in the ass.
Yeah.
But it still has a positive outcome because it forces him to fulfill his journey.
Right.
That he started, that I don't think that he knew that he was starting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, that's like... That's the way life works. I mean, sometimes things happen and you're like, that was fucked up, but it sends you to a better place or whatever.
And it's like, so again, it doesn't have like the happy Hollywood ending, but like it ends positively in a way.
In a way, yeah. But not totally. There's like, kind of like a wow, that's fucked up kind of thing going on.
And when I watch something or read something, you know, I don't necessarily need the happy ending. You know, like one of my favorite movies of all time is Requiem for a Dream, and I don't think there is a darker fucking movie ever.
Wait a minute. What's not positive about ass to ass?
Well, that's true. I was mostly thinking of the Jared Leto and the mother characters.
Yeah.
You know, the Jennifer Connelly, she turns out fine.
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah,
good times. I'm sure she sells a couple DVDs now.
Right.
On astass.com.
Right.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you've seen their site, they've just updated it. It's a lot faster. So go ahead and check it out.
But like, I don't need, happy endings for everything that I read or watch. But I also, like with the case of Big Fan, I would have been perfectly fine if it ended on like a super downer.
Yeah.
But it just sort of ended and nothing changed.
Right.
And that is what pisses me off the most in anything that I am looking for entertainment.
It's hard to invest yourself in a story and end up liking it if the character doesn't change one way or the other.
Right.
Like if he doesn't fall from grace or
become a
rise to something better.
Right.
Yeah, it's like if you're writing a story, you should know it's about character development, whether it's good or bad. Something needs to change in a person's life, or you're not telling a story. You're it's a vignette.
Right. And like, I mean, we live our own lives day to day, and nothing really changes for us. But that's why I watch movies and read comics, so that I can get away from that and not see a fucking mirror image of it.
Yeah, you don't see us writing about our boring daily lives. Who would want to read that? By the way, the new Veggie Dog Saturn's out, number 4. Check it out. Buyerbeware.comics.guttertrash. I don't know what it is.
Buyerbeware.guttertrash.net.
Oh, buyer beware. No comics. Buyerbeware.guttertrash.net.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's take a break.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back.
Sounds good. welcome back to Gutter Trash. That was a good break.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
I drank a little bit of beer.
Alright. I took a leak.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. Well, then we both accomplished something.
Indeed.
You need to accomplish something every day.
I've accomplished 2 things today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You read Asterios Polyp?
I read Asterios Polyp.
Or you finished Asterios?
Finished it.
And?
And beat the Batman game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Milton the Monopoly? Or the
not the Monopoly, no. It was just a regular board game.
Okay. Yeah, with a spinner. Has a spinner. Okay.
Yeah, it has a spinner.
Okay, all board games need a spinner.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play Jenga, no spinner.
Yeah. I did actually used to own a Batman board game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
I don't think we have it anymore at the house. But
if you do, I'll play it with you.
oh, fuck yeah.
But no, you played a Batman video game.
Yes, the PS3 game, Arkham Asylum. I believe I talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah. I get to watch you beat the game when I came over tonight. That was pretty awesome.
Fight the Joker.
A badass, banged up Joker.
Indeed.
Spoiler, sorry.
Whatever.
It's a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks like a great game.
I'm looking forward to playing it again.
Oh,
That's how good it is.
On a different, are there like different levels?
Different difficulty levels. Yeah. I also still have to go back through and find all the riddles that I missed. I would like to find all the riddles.
Find the riddles.
Find the riddles. Yeah. Riddle me this, Jason.
Yeah. Ooh. Do you know the riddle?
Nothing to ask.
Okay.
Lame.
So earlier I mentioned something about Rambo VHS tapes, VHS cartoons at the thrift store. The reason I was at the thrift store, I needed a couple things. I needed a frame, and I also needed a T-shirt, because as we've talked about, I'm growing my mullet for my driver's license photo.
Yeah.
And I was like, I needed a T-shirt that goes along with it, so I can have like a horrible like a Vixen or a Winger shirt or something. And I was flipping through the T-shirt rack. I found a Brooks and Dunn T-shirt, and I was like, that's pretty good. But I also found one that said, "Question homosexuality," and it was a church camp, like homosexual indoctrination. I mean, not indoctrination into being homosexual, but like some sort of like a gay camp where they try to heal you.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this is at the thrift store. And it was called Exodus, was the name of the camp. And it was like, it said something like, returning homosexuals back to normal or something. And I was like, this would be perfect. But I realized, as a joke, by the way, perfect as a joke, I realized, I looked at Kathleen's driver's license photo, which she just recently got, and they only take from like your neck up now. They don't do like the body shot anymore that they used to.
I don't believe they ever did.
Oh yeah.
I believe you're wrong.
Yeah,
I know you're a year older than me.
Yeah,
but I am pretty sure that photo or driver's license photos have not changed that much.
Oh no!
In the year that we have separate from.
I've had a couple license photos where you could tell, like you could read like the top part of my shirt, and I know my friend Brandon, Josh Bobosh can attest to this. He has his driver's license done in a Starfleet uniform, and you can see like from nipple area up, and you can clearly see the whole like next generation Star Trek uniform. So they used to do like a bust, basically. It was like a bust, but unfortunately I don't think they do it anymore.
I don't think they ever did. I believe you're making that shit up.
I'll email you the picture.
I would prefer you didn't.
Okay. Which reminds me, thanks to Josh Bobosh, he highly recommended...
You mean John?
Yeah, that's what I said, John Bobosh. I've had a couple beers, Josh, whatever the fuck your name is. Yeah, he recommended Asterios Polyp, and I took
You totally picked it.
Yeah, I totally picked it. And he also recommended us talk
Spoiler for this past episode.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to the last episode, we ended up picking Asterios Polyp as a review for the next one, for this one. But he also suggested that we...
Josh did.
That we have a conversation about people in prison that play D&D. We don't really want to.
No.
We talked about it off air. We had our conversation. It wasn't that interesting. You don't want to hear it. So we're moving on. But thanks for the idea. John, I'm sorry. God, I'm an asshole. But also at the thrift store, Kathleen... We were looking through the frames, and I was about to leave. I was like, okay, I found the frame that'll work. And she was like, well, let me see these. And she flipped through the frames. You know how they just have them on a shelf, all in a row? There was a Motley Crue mirror frame for 99 cents. And she was like, oh, my God. She picked it up, and she's like, this is amazing. And then we started to leave, and I, leave the frame section. And I was like, wait a minute, there's more. And there was a few other, really thin frames in the same packaging, face down, and I flipped up the stack. There was a rat mirror frame, a Ozzy Osbourne mirror frame, and a wasp mirror frame. And of course she bought them all. She said she's going to put them up in her living room. But a Motley Crue fucking mirror frame? Wow. That's the perfect thrift store find. That is what you hope for when you just mill about a thrift store with no purpose. 99 cents, a Motley Crue mirror frame. It cannot get better.
All right, then. Hey, there it is again.
Oh, that's the Guardians of the Galaxy cover?
Yeah, the crotch.
Oh, well, you're right. Her crotch is aglow. Number 11, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 11. Look it up. Crotch is aglow, number 11.
And Captain Marvel's got a pretty giant package swinging there, too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Because, I
enjoy a good package.
Not that I'm into cocks.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. After watching, what was the movie we watched last week? Fear Itself, or what was it called? The Cthulhu, oh my gosh.
From Beyond.
From Beyond. Well, Fear Itself, what is that?
I don't know.
After seeing the cocks flying around in that movie.
Right. But, no, again, not into cock. But,
what's his name? Ken
Forey.
Forey, yeah.
Again, I'm not into cock. Let me fucking finish my goddamn thought.
But no one cares if you're into cock or not.
Not into cock, but always appreciate a comic book artist, a superhero artist, that will draw a bulge in a skin-tight uniform.
It's just anatomy.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking Jim Lee with his eunuchs can go fuck himself.
Actually, he would have to because his eunuchs can't fuck him.
Exactly.
They got no cocks.
Exactly.
Ken Forey, though, if he was to play,
Ken Forey could rape Jim Lee till the fucking...
Cows come home.
Awesome. And he would, because he's Ken Forey. He's in fucking Dawn of the Dead, man.
They should put him in a superhero movie. That'd be awesome. I don't know...
From 20 years ago? Back when he was, young and in shape?
He's a little older now.
Yeah. He could have been on Good Luke Cage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he could have. Or even Black Vulcan, if they would have made a Super Friends live action.
Right. Black Lightning.
Yeah.
If stick to the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps a Captain America and Falcon movie.
Ooh, yeah.
He's a little bit big. I think. I don't think he could find.
He's a tall guy.
I don't think he could find a white guy to match him to be Captain America.
Maybe Bill Lambier.
When your only choice for Captain America is J.D. Salinger's son, I think we lost him this week. Of course,
J.D. Salinger. Yeah, I did
because we all care.
I know.
Never fucking read that book. Never fucking.
It would have been
not give a goddamn shit.
It would have been super appropriate if he would have jumped from the top of a building, like a 9-story tall building. Get it 9 stories. That would have been hilarious.
Or if John Lennon killed him.
Oh, that'd have been perfect. Yeah. or any serial killer. Basically, they all own a copy.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, John Lennon was killed by a guy who was in kitchen, so I think it's kind of funnier that John Lennon, who is dead, would kill J.D. Salinger because it was his book that cost him. Any of the Beatles?
Even Pete Best. Who knows? They could have even let Phil Spector out of jail. He could have done it.
Hey, he's had experience.
He's what?
He's had experience.
Yeah, that's
Killing
true.
folk.
Yeah.
Killing folk. Allegedly, maybe.
Yeah, well, who knows?
I don't know. Was he convicted?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit. I know who he is, but that's about it.
He's the guy with hair.
He did some good music, producing some good albums. Let it be.
Matt Fraction is influenced by him when he writes Casanova.
We just need to let it be at this point.
Oh,
thank you.
The end.
Seems like there's something else I was going to mention, but I don't think there was. You got a good story? We need to go on that.
Do I have a good story?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I spent a lot of money this week.
Yeah? On what?
My car.
Oh, yeah.
To get the ignition. Yeah. My throat box fucking closed up, and I couldn't talk for a week, which somehow disabled my car.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my ignition on the ignition wouldn't, it locked up.
It would not work?
It would not work. It locked up. And I had to get it fixed. Had to get the key reprogrammed.
Yeah, that is so bizarre to me that keys have computer chips in them, though.
Was going to cost me $600. Wound up only costing me about $340.
Wow.
Yeah. Missed a few days of work. People were upset.
Yeah.
I don't know why. My job is, I myself am not that important there, so.
Oh, well, they soldiered on without you, and you made it there.
Yeah.
You know what I was hoping you would mention when I was like, anything interesting happened? We get to hear what we get to hear.
Oh! Yeah. I don't know, maybe if we're real quiet right now.
Yeah. Nah.
That's not gonna happen. But yesterday, we heard my neighbors fucking.
It was creepy.
It was creepy and awesome.
We were watching Firefly.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that noise? And you were like, what? And you paused it. And then, like, right above us. Right above our heads.
Yeah.
It was the unmistakable back and forth squeaking of an old mattress. And to Joe's credit, it lasted about 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And
not Joe G, but my neighbor Joe.
Yeah, well, who knows? Who knows who all was
maybe
there?
Joe G was into that. I don't know. Yeah.
But
maybe our description of this is going to fuel him for like a week.
Yeah, you never know.
Way to go, Joe G.
Go for it, Joe.
You can thank Joe, my neighbor.
Yeah.
Who fucked Sheila, my neighbor, above my living room last night.
For 10, 12 minutes.
For 10, 12 minutes while we were eating pizza and watching Firefly.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy. It was very creepy.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to think about it anymore. I don't know why I brought it up, but...
I don't know either, but because you did, now I have to broadcast on the show the story that I told you yesterday when it happened to us.
Okay.
Initially.
Yeah.
A long time ago, when I used to go on vacation with my parents, my parents allowed me to invite one of my friends with us. So I brought my friend Mike with us every year up to Michigan. And my parents also would invite one of their friends to come down, midway through the week and spend the weekend there.
It's a cabin, right?
It's a cabin and up in Michigan on the river. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, yeah. Not too awful bad.
Not too awful bad at all. And, so, being, 11, 12 years old, whatever we were at the time, my friend and I would, be in our room. We'd talk and joke and laugh and all this shit, and our neighbors, who I believe the minimal age they could have been was probably about 70.
Uh-huh.
My friend could not remember their name, so he just called them Hank and Sylvia. So we're in bed, we're talking to each other, we're laughing and having a good time.
These bunk beds or these?
They're just separate beds, like water beds.
Okay. Water beds.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, but like 6 feet off the ground.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. And Hank and Sylvia are in the next room to us. And all of a sudden, we hear Hank and Sylvia, 70 years old, going at it.
And you don't mean arguing.
No. They are fucking.
Wow.
And
that's cool. Good for them, I mean.
Good for them. Sure. So we hear the beds a-squeaking. And we just start cracking up. Because it's disturbing and hilarious. And then we hear the bed kind of stop squeaking, and then we hear Hank go...
That's creepy.
At which point, my friend Mike cracks up and falls out of his bed.
Out of his waterbed.
Out of the waterbed.
Which is no easy feat.
No.
Falling out of the waterbed.
No. Well, I mean, it's 6 feet off the ground.
All right.
And it's like, it's like a single bed, you know. So, like, it's barely it's like a sleeping bag, just,
Right.
Like it's enough room for you. That's it.
Wow. Hits the ground.
It hits the ground, and then about a minute passes, and then Hank and Sylvia go back at it.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I've maybe done that 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite 70 yet.
Right. So the next morning, Mike and I wake up, and we go out for breakfast, and we're at the table, and just in the middle of breakfast, Hank decides that he's going to take a stand. He says, "Boys, you really ought to be more quiet at night. People are trying to sleep."
I gotta respect Hank. That is amazing. I hope when I'm 70, I'm half as fucking cool as that guy. That's awesome. Good times.
Good times indeed.
I've never ever want to imagine anyone that old, having sex, but I think that's amazing. That's so cool. I'm really happy that they, they're not too old,
Right.
Excuse me. It's good stuff. Yeah.
So,
I'm supposed to pick a movie.
Yeah, you are. You have like 5 choices.
Damn it! I thought we were going out on the Hank and Sylvia story. That would have been much better.
Yeah, it would have been, but no, you still got to make a choice.
Oh, I should have made this choice forever ago. Well, yeah, we were talking earlier, and I came up with a movie that I wanted to watch, and I thought you owned it, and I looked through all your movies, and you don't. I was excited. But then we were driving around, and we were talking about the film Twister, which I adore.
Of course.
Check out my top 10 list on our store page. I'm not just trying to be funny. I fucking love Twister. And you were talking about an actor that was in the film that you recently saw something with him in. Is that what you said?
But like 10 years ago, like when I first discovered the internet, I kept seeing this actor like in everything.
Yeah.
And like I wanted to know who the fuck he was. And the only thing that I could, like, pinpoint so that I could, like, find what he had been in was Twister.
Yeah.
So I looked up Twister and crossed my fingers and hoped that in the cast list there'd be a picture of him so that I know what the fuck he was, who the fuck he was and where I'd seen him and other things.
Right.
And, yeah, he'd been in, like, 1,000 fucking things that I'd seen.
I think we're talking about the same guy. Because it's not the guy that played Rabbit in Matrix. It's not Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's not Bill Paxton.
No.
It's none of those guys.
It's not a skinny guy. He's got brown hair. He's got kind of buck teeth.
Maybe with some stubble.
Sometimes, yeah, stubble. But he's...
I hope we're talking about the same guy. Because now I really want to pick this movie. I've seen with him in it. I think I changed my mind. To this movie. Hopefully Netflix has it. If not, I may renege my choice here.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to go look then.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we look right now?
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and pull up the internets. I apologize for the change of volume. I had to move my microphone.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully everyone can still hear me.
Maybe I should tell a joke or something.
No, you're good.
Are you sure? I have a really bad one.
Sure, all right.
Okay. Did you hear they just recently found John Williams' corpse? He had actually killed himself in his apartment.
All right.
And unfortunately, they didn't find him for a few days, and by the time they stumbled in there, he was already decomposing. John Williams, decomposing, everyone.
So what's the name of the movie that you're looking for?
It's called CQ, the letter C followed by the letter Q, and that's it. That's the name of the movie. Let's see if they have it. Everyone's still laughing from the joke, so it's okay that there's silence there. Oh, they do.
It's in my queue.
It is. You didn't even remember. You didn't remember the movie.
What the fuck?
Did I put it in your queue?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't think
I did. Wow.
I think we talked about this movie a long time ago.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
I could swear I've told you about it.
Huh.
See if that has the same guy, maybe. Jeremy Davies?
No, that's not the guy in Twister.
That's not the guy you're thinking of?
Nope. Because I know Jeremy Davies. He's in $1 Million Hotel. And he's on Lost.
Does it have a picture of him?
He's in Rescue Dawn. He looks a little bit like the guy I'm thinking of.
Really? Okay, maybe I'm thinking he looks like him, but he's not really him. I don't know. I think this guy's in Twister. I'm pretty sure. We'll check it out.
But yeah, wow.
Twister's a good film, by the way.
I now remember putting this on my queue. You and I have never talked about this movie.
Okay.
It was just one of those things where, like, I looked for something in my Netflix queue, or I looked for a movie to add, and, like, when you add a movie, it gives you suggestions, and, like, this is one of them. I saw the cover, which has, like, a scantily clad woman with a gun.
On lettering.
On lettering.
Which is awesome. I always love when lettering, like, sort of finds its way into the image.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, I had to find out more about this and read the description, said, I'm going to rent this. So, yeah, all right.
Sweet.
So, I already have it there. I just have to move it to the top.
Take it to the top, just like Molly Crew.
Because I do not know what position this movie is in my queue. Ooh, Roman Coppola.
Yeah.
What else has he directed? Did he?
Roman Coppola.
I guess he didn't direct anything else. Who am I thinking of that did G-Men from Hell?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Yes.
Damn it! There's something else I was going to mention about. Oh, I can't even think of it.
All right, it was at 249.
Wow.
It's now at number 1.
Sweet.
Sorry, I'm just, I'm
checking out your Netflix.
I'm checking out my Netflix, looking what else they're recommending to me, and I really don't want to see any of these. So, or I already have seen the ones that are listed. What else were you gonna say?
Not too much. Hi to all of our listeners.
No, you sounded like you were really gonna
I
say
swear
something.
there was something else. I was like, oh, I gotta mention this, and then it's gone. I have nothing. I don't think I can remember anything. That's not the guy. He was in Twister, right? Come on.
So,
what year is Twister? 95?
96. Okay, he was Twister.
Ah.
But he is not the guy that I am talking about from Twister.
That is weird. Even weirder. We were talking about two different guys from Twister.
Yeah, that is the guy that I'm thinking of from Twister.
That guy, he was in The Matrix. He played Rabbit.
Okay.
You remember The Matrix? Counter-Earth film.
He was in Halloween 2, the new one.
Ooh, the Rob Zombie.
Wow, he's also in Lost.
Huh. The season premiere will be the same day that this airs, I believe. The 2 hour. And it'll also be Groundhog Day. I should have picked Groundhog Day. Damn it. Would you have vetoed?
Except for the fact that, we're not going to be watching that on Groundhog Day, or will that be put online on Groundhog Day at all.
But that would have been I would be picking it on Groundhog Day.
No, because it's not Groundhog Day today.
That's true.
When you're picking it.
Excuse me.
So anyway, yeah, I was
CQ, the letter C followed by the letter Q.
And these guys are from England, and who gives a shit?
Actually, it does take place in Paris, which is in England, for those of you who are geographically... I'm just kidding.
I thought you were going to mention the new John Travolta movie.
Oh? Which one?
To Paris from Love. Or From Paris with Love, something like that.
He plays a
bald assassin wearing a scarf.
Yeah.
Pierced ears.
Sounds good.
As it looks like it's full of action.
I'm into it.
Like things will explode.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is great.
And he gets to say the line Royale with cheese.
Why? What? Why would he do that?
Sell up. Or just awful.
Is this a Saturday Night Live skit you're talking about?
No, my friend.
It's a millions of dollar film.
Yes.
That's horrible. Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Because
he's got to pay his Scientology dues.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That or...
And cover up his gayness.
Well.
Which, as I listened to another podcast this past week, comedyfilmnerds.com, they said that in this movie it looks like he's a dangerous top.
Dangerous top?
Yes.
What's that?
He's a top. But he looks dangerous.
What's a top?
He's homosexual.
Top? I've never heard that.
You know how Joe is a power bottom?
Okay.
Joe G?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as he said when he was here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. John Travolta is a dangerous top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he's on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
He's doing the driving.
Wow. I'm so... you people in your jargon, I'm so unfamiliar with.
My people.
I thought we covered this earlier. You like to suck the penis. Thanks, David Mazzucchelli.
Who I think might actually be gay.
Really?
I think so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got no problems with the gays, only the blacks. That is not true at all.
Oh, wow.
I'm fine with everyone as long as you're not an asshole.
Yeah.
And live above me.
Yeah. I just read a great interview with David Mazzucchelli. Him and...
Frank Miller?
Dash Shaw. A guy who did Bottomless Belly Button. It's really good. And he refused to talk about Asterios Polyp, which I thought was interesting. But it was like a 30-page interview.
Huh.
Recent. Just came out.
Why would he do that?
He doesn't want to talk about it. I think he thinks it speaks for itself.
All right.
And I think he's relying on people like us to articulate his vision, which we did so eloquently. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
We are.
We know what we're doing.
We are awesome.
We've honed our skills.
We are incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you, people, for listening.
Yeah, you're the truth.
No. You should be thanking us for doing this show.
Yeah. Where else can you get this caliber?
Right.
Nowhere. Maybe at grade school if you drive by around 11:30. When's recess? What time is recess?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Before we go, I want to put out a call to our listeners.
Ooh.
I know that we've got 3 or 4. I would like those 3 or 4 people to write to us. Either post it on our message, or not our message boards, but our on the posts that we put on the site.
There's a little comment section.
Yes, some of you have used it before.
BJM.
Huh?
BJM.
Kurt. No, I don't know if Kurt has, but John.
JB.
JB, or Josh, as you might call him.
Well, I said J. It covers either one, whether it's wrong or right.
A Pat has, I believe, in the past.
A Joe G, maybe.
A Joe G, maybe. Even a Kathleen.
Wow, what's wrong with Kurt? Why is he not post? No, he did post once. He said he wished he was there for the middle episode.
Okay, yeah. And he has posted on our message boards that no one else knows about.
We have message boards?
Yes, we do. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I didn't know. Or if I knew, I forgot.
Yeah, well, I forgot too. I forget all the time. But anyway,
So don't post there.
Yeah, don't post there. Post on our page, or even send us an email.
An electronic message.
Maybe even on our Facebook page, or even my own personal Facebook page. I've been doing stuff with the audio lately, and since I refuse to actually listen to the episodes.
Who would want to?
Right. But you people do, so whatever. Please tell me, does it sound okay? I want to know about the sound quality.
Is it getting worse?
I think it's getting better, but I do not know for sure.
Yeah.
I have a terrible ear for anything.
Okay.
And then, we have musicians who listen to us.
Yeah.
So,
A BJM.
A BJM, a PK.
A KD. A KD.
KD. KC even.
Ooh. And Sunshine Band. They're good.
They are our best listeners. But yeah, you guys have better ears for what sounds good, what doesn't.
Right.
Please tell us please tell me if I'm doing okay with the audio. I'm pleading with you, please tell me, because I want to make this show sound as good as it possibly can. But I am utterly retarded when it comes to anything audio related. So please get back to me.
Yeah.
Some way, some form. Let me know how I'm doing. I would really appreciate it.
Awesome.
All
okay,
right.
Good homework assignment for y'all. Yeah.
All right, we're running super long. I think this may be our first 90-minute episode.
Is it really? I'm sorry.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm sorry to everyone.
Oh, to everyone else, of course. Right. But, next week, CQ, the movie with Jeremy Davies, the guy we weren't thinking of together.
The Twister Man.
Guy from $1 Million Hotel.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Check it out.
We'll talk to you next time.
Gutter Trash can be downloaded at www.guttertrash.net, iTunes, Podcast Alley, and Feedburner. You can also find us at myspace.com/guttertrash_net, seanborn.net, and buyerbewarecomics.blogspot.com. Contact us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening to Gutter Trash. We'll see you next time.